Hello, I'm John Hassinger. This video is about the mutable signs and the Analemma. About 5,000 years ago, approximately 27 miles south of Dublin, Ireland, two stones were embedded into the top of a hill. Here's a picture. The Gossan stones, as they are called, were set so that on the day the sun enters Aries, the beginning of spring, the spring equinox, and again on the day the sun enters Libra, which is the beginning of autumn, the autumn equinox, the sun rises exactly between these two stones as you see in the photo. Someone put those stones there purposely. But why? Why would people who lived so long ago create such a marker? Did they have better things to do with their time? Weren't there crops to attend to, fires to carefully keep alive, wild animals to keep at bay? In their hard-scrabble existence, what motivated them? There's plenty of information about this on the net, and many sites indicating that these ancient people knew that the annual cycle of the Earth around the Sun, which is described today by the Analemma, was important, and that astronomy affected them, a thing that today we call astrology. Have you ever noticed that the sun is low in the sky during winter and high overhead in the summer? This motion is very clearly shown by what's called the Analemma. Some enthusiastic soul with a camera and time in his hands went out every few days at the exact same time of day, snapped a picture of the sun, which, using the proper filters, of course, and kept doing it for one full year. And as you see, here's the result. This is the Analemma. Now let me talk to you about this just a little bit. When the sun gets near the bottom of the Analemma right here, it slows down, then it pauses before getting ready to change directions. It pauses. This is the shortest day of the year. That pause is exactly when the sun goes into Capricorn, 0 degrees Capricorn, and is the beginning of winter. When the sun begins to move again, and the days gradually get longer until it reaches the point where it's moving as rapidly as it'll go, right about here, the peak of acceleration as it continues to speed up, when it gets to going as fast as it can, this is the spring equinox. This is 0 degrees Aries, the beginning of spring. Then it begins to slow again. And finally it pauses at the moment of 0 degrees Cancer, the longest day of the year, the summer solstice. Then the sun begins to move again and it picks up speed. It goes down here, see, right down over here. This is the autumn equinox, and this would be 0 degrees Libra, when the sun enters Libra, and then once again it goes down here. And this cycle goes on year after year and always has. An example of this is shown by the Gossan stones as they picked out these two markers here and here, the spring and autumn equinox. The cardinal signs begin each of the 4 seasons. The fixed signs follow and show the greatest detachment from the cardinal points. I covered these in other videos. The last 4 signs, the mutable signs, come before the cardinals. They are the signs of preparation and perfection in anticipation of the season to come. As you see, here are the cardinal signs: Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and here are the mutable signs: Pisces before Aries, Gemini before Cancer, Virgo before Libra, and Sagittarius before Capricorn. Now let's go through these to give you an idea of this. Here's a picture of the Analemma showing the signs of the zodiac. And as you can see, the yellow part of it here is Gemini, just approaching the very top, the longest day of the year. Gemini is the sign which precedes Cancer, the beginning of summer. This mutable has eagerness for new things, new sensations, and insatiable thirst for information. Buzzing here, zipping there, all over the environment, talking, writing, reading, investigating, soaking up all sorts of new experiences and ideas. But there comes a point when Gemini becomes too scattered, too many fingers and too many pies simultaneously, causing great nervous tension. At this point, Gemini has, how should we say, mentalized everything and yells, "Enough already!" It needs limits, boundaries, security, and above all, mental calm. This is the climax of spring. At the end of Gemini, the sun, I ought to get a pencil or something. Here, let me try this pen here. Let me get it right here. At the end of Gemini, the sun moves one more click, and it's at 0 degrees Cancer, the summer solstice. At the end of Gemini, okay, from the intense cerebral commotion of exhausted Gemini emerges the calm, separate ego, the individualized person, the center of consciousness, Cancer. Here the home and mother, the adult, symbolically provides the needed limits for the Gemini child. Cancer provides the solid feeling of rootedness and security. Gemini, with its intensity and its inquisitive style, has done the work of preparation for the Cancer solstice by putting together a small, separate, sheltered environment fit to be occupied by this separate house, by the separate self. A house, so to speak, a confined area where one feels protected. You know, the Cancer, of course, being the archetype of the mother. Virgo. A man is shoveling dirt. It's hard work. The ground is dry and stony. But as he works, he analyzes what he's doing. He looks for shortcuts. When he sinks the shovel into the ground, he moves the dirt toward the hole, making it easier to break loose. He tries taking smaller bites of the hard pan. His boss gently advises, "Don't strain so hard. Let the shovel do the work." I'm sure if you've done that kind of work, you've heard this. Gradually, he develops a routine, and the repetitive digging comes more easily, then automatically. He relaxes and starts to whistle as he perfects his technique, making the job easy. This is Virgo, right here. See, the sun's come over the top, and it's coming down here now, and it's in Virgo, getting ready to go into Libra. Virgo is the sign which precedes the beginning of autumn. Libra. Here the sun speeds up. It starts here, just pauses here with the Cancer, and then starts speeding up. And when it hits Libra, it's going as fast as it can. The very fastest moment is when it enters Libra, 0 degrees Libra. And then it begins slowly, gradually slowing down. Boy, slowly slowing down, yeah, until it reaches the winter solstice down here where it pauses once again. Psychologically, Virgo is a sign of self-criticism and improvement in preparation for dealing with others. This is an area of work such as, perhaps, the work of piano practice in preparing for recital. Virgo wants the piece of music played perfectly, easily, naturally, the result of repetition and technique and plain old hard work. This is the preparation for the Prince's Ball, the perfect presentation in dress and personality, the development of gracious manners. Virgo is the elimination of imperfections, of the run in the nylons, the bit of gravy on the lapel, and finally, the entrance onto the dance floor, Libra. The sun in Sagittarius, right here, is slowing down, just like it did up here. Now it's come down here, and now it's slowing down. And moving towards the shortest day of the year, the Capricorn solstice that begins the winter season. Sagittarius has a desire to understand the world, and often does so by exploring different cultures and ideas. This is the desire to put together a philosophy, a system of beliefs, a code of right and wrong that can be applied universally. Sagittarius is preparatory, sacrificial. This is the disciple, the wanderer in search of meaning. Here the mind operates in the sphere of all-inclusive society. Sagittarius always looking to the future and to be a positive, encouraging force to others. This mutable sign does not want to be in charge, but would rather be the advisor, the assistant to the king, the inspiration behind the throne, the voice behind the curtain. This is the urge to gather and then impart truth and understanding in such a way that inspiration and vision is given to the one in charge, the adult, the mature, responsible one, Capricorn. And so the sun slows as it transits Sagittarius, then for a moment stands still, and the winter solstice commences with 0 degrees Capricorn. Pisces. The end of winter approaches, and the hard freeze that had settled in as the sun transited Aquarius now softens. The weather becomes unsettled, variable. Some days are warm and mild, and there's a feeling in the air, an anticipation, as though all of nature was becoming anxious, waiting for spring. Psychologically, Pisces, as the last of the 12 signs, symbolizes the accumulation of the experiences that have gone before. This is the period of transition in which the person decides what to keep and what to discard in preparation for the new year, the new beginning, the spring equinox. Aries. The task of Pisces is to sort through the memories, interests, relationships, and all else. This is why Pisces often seeks solitude and inward answers. This is the sign of preparation for new birth, the new beginning, the bursting forth of spring. To conclude, the mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, are the signs which are just prior to the solstices and equinoxes, the 4 corners of the world, as indicated by the Analemma. These 4 signs symbolize the build-up, the preparation for each of the cardinal signs, the beginning of each season. And that concludes my little video. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for listening. I'm John Hassinger.